Okay, good evening everybody and welcome to the Virtue Motors Arena in Newcastle, and for this European North Basketball League Group A game between the visitors Donar Groningen and the hometown Newcastle Eagles. It's the Eagles' third game in this group and it is Groningen's fourth game in the group. So these were the standings in Group A at the start of today. I can actually update these a little bit. Valmiera Glass are actually now 4-0, having beaten Tartu, who are now 0-3. They won at Tartu 101-83. And Warsaw from Poland are now 3-1 in second place because they had an 83-68 point win against BK Opava. That was Opava's first loss of the season. So if the Eagles were to win tonight, they would go to 3-0, and that would take them to second place in the group. And that would also relegate Groningen to the bottom of the group in 0-4. But if Groningen was to win this game, then obviously things would tighten up an awful lot because they would be 1-3 and the Eagles will be 2-1. So Valmiera Glass, they're flying at the moment, 4-0, and look very, very strong. They were strong last year, and of course that's a team that Seneca Knight, who now plays for the Eagles, played for last season. So he's probably looking forward to matching up against his old teammates later on in the season. And we have got both teams are a little bit depleted tonight. Both teams are missing key players, so that might well balance itself out. I have got the starting fives, but before I do all of that, I will introduce my co-commentator, who as ever is Dave Elderkin. Good evening, David. How are you?
Fine, thank you. These games can be difficult to predict, particularly as we don't know the strengths of their particular leagues, and obviously with players missing tonight. But our stab at predicting the previous home game turned out to be correct. And if I was to stick out my neck and use the same formula, then I would expect another hometown victory.
And so just to give you the starting fives for tonight, and I will give you an apology in advance because we normally are given the pronunciations for the teams. We haven't been given them tonight, so hopefully we get, or I get them, or we get them right. We'll start with the visitor starting five. For Donar Groningen, they start with number 1, Zach Harvey, number 17, James Carnick, number 21, Tim Hove, number 32 and captain is Kel Zulema, and number 33, Philip Brankovic. The Eagles starting five, they are missing. They're missing both of their normal captains. Darius Defoe, the veteran forward, he's missing for a few weeks with an Achilles injury, and Josh Ward-Hibbert, who normally deputises as captain, he went out on Sunday in the Eagles' excellent away win up in Caledonia. So the Eagles start with number 7, Seneca Knight, number 9, local boy and academy graduate Sarve Kande, number 22, Malcolm Dalpesh, who also takes over the captaincy, number 23, Jordan Spencer, and number 25, Deshaun Allen Akins. The Eagles have actually called up a player from the Newcastle University NBL Division 1 side. That is Theo Riley, who I gather has been having a really good season for Newcastle, and he's on the bench tonight. So for Groningen, it is the biggest miss they've probably got tonight is Kevin Vianot, the Canadian, who has been scoring well into double figures. He's missing tonight, and they also had signed a Serbian forward in Philip. Just get this right, I'm just picking the right one, David Gabrowski, but he's also not out there tonight. So it's going to be an interesting game, and as I say, we'll try and keep it on track and keep it going. It's Groningen in blue, the Eagles in white, and we're just about ready to go.
Well, the last time we saw the Eagles in this arena, the plan didn't go exactly to plan, but since then they've totally refocused and had a very, very impressive 94-71 win over the Caledonia Gladiators. That's one of the factors I put in, and that's why I think that the Eagles are very, very much the favourites for this game.
Ian McDonald is our lead referee. It goes up. Malcolm Delpesh gets the tip. Sauve Candy gets it back to Malcolm Delpesh, and Jordan Spencer it is who brings it up. Alan Aikens and Seneca Knight. All the Eagles getting an early touch of the ball. Alan Aikens drives in, Brankovic defending. Ticking down 4 seconds. Aikens has to launch one from way out. It doesn't go. Seneca Knight doesn't quite save it.
Well, it's a massive night for Newcastle Eagles number 9, Sauvé Kandé, because at the weekend he was playing in NBL Division 1 for Mark's team, and he's obviously making his debut at this level tonight.
Tim Hover with the point guard duties at the moment. Harvey gives it into Zudama. Zudama turns, hook shot is no good. Delpesh takes the rebound, gives it to Candy. He gives it to the point guard, Spencer. Spencer brings it up, looking for a pass, gives it to Seneca Knight, who had a really good game on Sunday up in Caledonia. As did this fella, Malcolm Delpesh, having to cover for Josh Ward-Hibbert and Darius Defoe, but his turn-on shot is no good there, but he does get back to deflect the ball to the end line. Sulema's pass to Cornick just off target.
Yeah, that's a warning sign for the Eagles, very early warning sign, because they look like they're geared up for a quick transition in offense. So the Eagles need to get their transition defense sorted out right from the start.
21 Hove with the ball into Cornick. Cornick can't make the rebound or the put in, but they've recycled it. Cornick, he's missed it again, but he's got his own rebound again. Missed it again. So still 0-0, 8:30 on the clock.
Well, plenty of excitement there, but no delivery.
Cornick must have 4 rebounds after that, but no end product. Candy turns the corner, Delpesh. Good footwork by Seneca Knight to lose his defender. Knight drives in, but good hands by Cornick, who knocks the ball dead. Andrei Stimak, Croatian coach, very loud. There's Seneca Knight. Spencer's feed from the end line, and Seneca Knight knocks the first 2 points of the game in.
Great inbound pass from the baseline. They noticed straight away that Seneca Knight had a height advantage over his defensive player, and he used it to great effect.
Zudama, here's Brankovic. Cornick for 3. He can't shoot the 3, even though he's normally around inside, but that one's off. And Jordan Spencer not only gets the rebound, he's off to the races at the other end. Delpesh and Brankovic, that looks as if it's going to be a mighty matchup all night. Spencer trying to go in. Good defense though by the Dutch. Alan Aikens though with the float, and that's in for 2. Eagles lead 4-0.
Well, Alan Aikens doing what he does well, and that's finding various ways to score. Very difficult to stop when he makes his mind up. He can see 2 points at the end of his efforts.
Long 3 attempted by Zudama, and it's no good. Sorry, it was Hove that tried the 3, and I think the foul is going to be on Zudama.
Well, Zudamak's a million miles from home. What an absolute waste of a foul as far as the visitors are concerned. Tough rebound from Seneca Knight, and a silly thing to do to foul him that far from the basket.
Spencer faced by Hove. Alan Aikens takes the ball. Delpesh and Brankovic battling inside. The Eagles go to Delpesh from Alan Aikens, and his left-handed hook shot is good, and it's 6-0 the Eagles.
Well, the one thing that our visitors are going to have to concentrate defensively is getting in front of Delpesh. You cannot give him that amount of time to turn and look at the hoop.
Harvey Zudama for 3 is no good again. They do shoot a lot of 3s. I've noticed that both domestically and internationally.
Well, they need obviously to keep in this game. They're going to have to make a good percentage of them.
Eagles would come away with the rebound, and on offense again. Alan Aikens turning, spinning like a Catherine wheel on bonfire night, and the foul is called by the Dutch referee, Mr. Shomna, it is. There'll be 2 shots for Alan Aikens. He has the foul again. Zach Harvey looked a little bit surprised to get that call, but looks like a little bump there.
Well, an interesting early substitution there. Sauvé Kandé, having started the game, stepping out to be replaced by Mike Okoro.
Coro, who only had 6 points on Sunday up at Caledonia, but did a fantastic defensive job on Pat Whelan, the Caledonia's big player, and it certainly paid off.
Well, Coro coming up with an input or an output of 6 points doesn't worry me at all, because that guy's quite capable of many 20-point games.
He had 8 assists as well, so good game all round. But Aikens is 1 of 2 from the line. Eagles lead 7-0. Here's Hove, Brankovic, Zulma to Harvey. Harvey is yet to have a shot. Zulma will hit the 3, and it's short again. But Cornick takes a good rebound. Serbian and the Canadian passports. Harvey attacks the basket. That's a great drive by Harvey, baseline, and their first points of the night for Donar.
And that great drive was created by great ball movement.
And, well, Delpesh misses the layup, but it was a lovely bit of play again by Alan Aikens to get him free. Hove back to Cornick. Harvey now fancies this. He goes inside, but he's stripped by, first of all, by Seneca Knight, but he managed to get the ball back. Groningen recycle it. Cornick beats Delpesh to the rebound from Hove's three-pointer.
Yeah, after getting in earlier in the game and taking big threats from offensive rebound, that was a nice little catch and finish by Hoa.
O'Cora got it to Delpesh. Delpesh can't make the bucket, but he manages to save it. Alan Aikens will get to the bucket, but he misses it. And that's going to be a foul on Alan Aikens. I think he was about to come out anyway, but he's now going out with a foul.
Well, Coach Stewart will certainly go into the bench area. He's now replaced Alan Aikens with Cole Long.
There's Harvey driving along the baseline for the first point of the game for Groningen, and they've scored 2 since then, so it's 7-4 inside the last 5 minutes of the Cole Long. Another one who seems to have started to settle. Harvey for 3 is too long. Almost saved by Harvey. He almost got his own 3-point shot. Here's O'Cora on the long will take the 3-pointer. Rattles in and out. Cornick with the rebound. Hove with a push. Harvey with a Euro step and a nice lay-in for 2.
Well, at the moment it looks as though the biggest scoring threat is going to be their American Zach Harvey.
Yeah, I think him and Cornick will have a big say in whether Groningen can get a victory here tonight. And that's going to be a foul. If that foul is on Harvey, that could be his second. I think it's actually on.
I was going to say
on Zudema, 32 the foul was on.
The Groningen coach will have been praying that foul wasn't on Harvey, and that turned out to be the case. Not deemed a shooting foul, so Eagles looking for a sideline play. If this is going to be as productive as the end line play, hope to see a good finish from it.
So Zulema's gone off, and we've got a familiar name to British basketball fans. Van Oostrom on court. This is young Sam. He's the youngest of the 3 brothers. Wow, before that, Jordan Spencer nails a long 3. Sam Van Oostrom on court. Brother, of course, of Devin Van Oostrom, ex-GB International, and Nigel Van Oostrom, both of whom played for Sheffield, which is where Sam Van Oostrom was born, but he's played all his basketball either in the United States or in Holland. Cole Long steps back, shoots the 3, and makes the 3. Back-to-back 3s for the Eagles, and the coach, Andres Stimac, doesn't like that and calls an immediate timeout.
Well, great penetration there from Senegal Knights. Lovely kick out, and what a great step back to be able to execute that easy-looking 3.
So here's the first one. Jordan Spencer step back in the centre. I've knocked down the 3, and as Dave beautifully described it, great drive in by Seneca Knight. Out ball, nice footwork by Cole Long, and 3 points for him. And the Eagles lead 13-6 with 3:42 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that historically that Van Oostrom family will have come across Jordan Spencer, so maybe Devon ought to have given Sam a few tips about you do not leave Jordan Spencer wide open on the 3-point line.
Yeah, that may be why he came on, but I think interesting. I just wonder whether Duco Van Oostrom would have been here tonight to watch his son. I haven't seen him in the crowd, but that doesn't mean to say he's not here. Always difficult to get a huge crowd out on a Tuesday night, but it's not a bad crowd that's in at the moment. Arena about half full, probably.
Early doors at the moment, but a 13-6 lead seems comfortable for the Eagles. A lot of that to do has been the fact that our visitors from Groningen struggled early on, dropping balls on the passes, not getting hold of the ball securely, and obviously not being able to finish at the rim. But at the moment, I've been quite impressed with the ball movement off the ball, and that ought to create some chances for probably the main scorer is going to be Zach Harvey.
My earliest memory of Sam Van Oostrum was he must have been almost a toddler when my son played under 18s at Sheffield, and he was shooting basketballs then at the age of about 4 or 5, but not really surprising when he's got two older brothers who played the game. Brankovic for three is too long. Okora takes the rebound. Again,
if the finishing shot could have matched the great ball movement, then they would be well in this game.
Okora wraps it round to Delpesh. He's not a threat from there. Whether Groningen know that. Cole Long, that's going to be a travel. Didn't put the ball down before he moved his pivot foot.
I really like that cross cut from Seneca Knight, because he takes it and he's very, very quickly looking to go straight into pick and roll action, which he's very effective at. That could well be one of the plays of the night that the Eagles can use repeatedly.
Van Oostrum, left-handed jump shot is no good. Cole Long picks up the rebound. Oh, Jordan Spencer just a little bit of a brain freeze, I think, there. Hove to Brankovic. He will go up for two.
Well, that was an absolute gift. Jordan Spencer's got to be able to get his head up and see where the open players are if he wants to initiate this offense quickly. If not, then keep your dribble until you find an entry pass.
Eagles going to the bench again. Alan Akins comes back in for Delpesh, and Jordan Spencer comes out, and the new point guard, Jared Bynum. We haven't seen a lot of Jared yet. Played limited minutes, and he looked pretty productive against Manchester in that defeat in the game, which was probably a bit of a meaningless game as far as the Eagles were concerned. He did get a few minutes on Sunday, but contributed to the win, but he's got a lot of minutes tonight. He's starting in the first quarter, and so we'll be interested to see how he goes. Harvey cuts inside. Good defence by Knight. There's a huge mismatch there, but Bynum did well, though, even though it was a mismatch. And Seneca Knight does really well to go past Harvey and lays it in for two.
If we see the replay of that, I think Bynum got away with one then.
One in the back, I think, Dave, you're right. Hinsbergen's now come on as well for Groningen. He's come on for Cornick. Bynum brings the ball out. Alan Akins. Oh, that was really nice. And Hinsbergen, I think, thought he'd got away with the foul at first. But
I tell you now, Alan Akins is one of the hardest players to guard in the league this year, because he has so many little tricks when he gets near to the basket. As far as Groningen's concerned, they're going to need that ball movement to get people like Zach Harvey open shots, but they've got to be able to knock some of them down if they're going to stay in this game.
Yeah, 0 from 8 from three-point range at the moment they are. Eagles 2 from 4. Alan Akins not making his foul shots. Was 1 or 2 for the first one, and he's now 1 of 3. And he's 1 of 4 now. Not making foul shots at all. Van Oostrum brings it up and over. Hinsbergen sets the screen and then goes inside. He's against Alan Akins, using his power and his strength, but he doesn't make it, and Alan Akins is able to come up with it, but he fumbles the ball and loses it. Hinsbergen gives it back to Brankovic, a little bit untidy, but he has Harvey. He's going to go hard. Oh, lovely pass by Harvey. Lovely cut by Van Oostrum, and 2 points to Groningen.
Outstanding backdoor cut there.
Bynum brings it up. He's only been with the Eagles a little over a week, and almost 2 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks on Thursday. So he's still integrating himself into the system. Okora for three is good. Money Maker Okora, as they call him, hits the three. Inside the last 30 seconds, the Eagles' defense has been, well, I was going to say been good, but it's possibly been more Groningen's shooting's been off. Here's Harvey driving hard, and that's what he probably going to have to do a lot of tonight. Good 2 points. I think that takes him to 6 points.
He's certainly going to have to take a lot of the scoring load on his shoulder, but in terms of looking at this from Groningen's point of view, if they can't just simply close down and stand and look at these shooters, particularly Akaru, also probably Aiken as well. You just can't leave them up. Even Knight as well. You've got to close down and challenge the shot.
The foul was Knight. As Okora went to the basket, it looked almost like a clean block from Hinsbergen, but it was given as a foul, and Hinsbergen and his coach were not impressed with the call at all. So Okora on the line for two. Makes the first.
Well, the visiting coach has got to make some decisions now because he's already got 2 players on 2 fouls, whereas the Eagles have only committed 1 foul as a team.
Okora's 2 for 2. 1.3 to go. It's a launch from way downtown, and it's no good. And that leaves us poised at first quarter for the Eagles by 20 points to 12.
Well, it feels like this should be a close game because they've had lots and lots of opportunities to score, but they're just not converting them. Also, they've been making errors in terms of ball handling. It's just not helping their cause at all. But defensively, they can't afford to leave, particularly Akara, wide open on the three-point line.
Just to fill you in, what Dave was saying there, they are 6 of 10 from inside Groningen and 0 from 10 from outside. I did say they like to shoot a lot of threes. They've put 10 up in the first quarter and missed every one of them. Eagles, meanwhile, are 7 of 14 shooting overall, which is 3 of 5 from three-point range and 4 of 9 from two-point range. In fact, they've missed 3 foul shots, the Eagles, as well. So, there could have been possibly more. But 20 points to 12. As I say, Zach Harvey has 4 points. He leads Groningen. And for the Eagles, Mike Okora from the bench has come on and he's got 5 points. What's also interesting is Seneca Knight has got 4 points. He's also got 5 rebounds as well.
I mean, he's probably one of the most experienced players in this league, having played the whole of last season in this league for the Latvian. Is it the Latvian team?
Yeah, Valmiera Glass, yeah. And he was actually the top scorer in the regular season. He averaged over 20 points a game for Valmiera. Now, I might be wrong here, and somebody might either send me an X message or not about this, but I noticed Sam Van Oostrim's wearing 77. I'm pretty sure Devin Van Oostrim used to wear number 77 as well.
That's a question for Daniel Routledge, not me.
Yeah, I'll probably find I'm totally wrong, but it just seems to ring a bell with me somewhere along the line. Whether Dan Routledge is watching or listening, I don't know, but he possibly can get in touch and let me know.
Yeah, I had a good look at their team as they came out, and I'm expecting a lot more from James Carney.
Yeah, he's averaged nearly 21 points a game in the 3 losses they've had so far. He's also averaging 15 points a game, I think 12 or 15 points a game domestically. Bynum gets the rebound and sets off. Nice spin. Candy for 3 in the corner is too long, but Cole Long beautifully positioned for the rebound. Kicks it back out. Bynum in way down in the car park. Misses the 3. Both teams shooting could be a bit better. Here's Carnegie who will attack the basket, I think, this time. That's going to be a foul. Travel? No, travel called.
That looked like very, very good footwork from where we are, but the referee obviously said a much better space to spot that. I thought the fake was good. Here we go. Yeah, changed his pivot.
Yeah. Also, the referee's got local knowledge because it's the Dutch referee that called it. Bynum comes over halfway, faced by number 23, Lars Young. O'Cara all the way to the basket. Burns past Harvey for 2. Long way to go, but it would be a big feather in the cap for the Eagles if they could pull off a victory here. Oh, that's a nice ball move. That's what Dave was talking about. That ball movement's been very good, but that finishing hasn't been as good. Although Carnick got his own rebound and put it back.
That'll make, from the visitor's point of view, that'll make Carnick feel much better, and he's a threat in there, no doubt about it.
Well, it's also, I think, either his 7th or 8th rebound already. Nice play by Cole Long.
Yeah, that was good defense by Carl, but just much better offense from Cole. That fadeaway shot is almost impossible to defend.
Van Oostrum. There's Carnick going to Cole again. It's a tough ask for Cole. He's a strong boy, is Carnick. And that gets away from the Eagles' defense. Bit of a breakdown in communication.
Well, they played a lot of that defense. I don't know whether they were in a zone, but they played a lot of that defense with zone principles. And they completely forgot to look at where the people without the ball.
Bynum driving at the basket, thought he was fouled, but referee says no. Zulema comes back on, and I think that's Zach Harvey's first arrest of the night.
Yeah, he's only got the 1 foul, so obviously if he's got a heavy load to carry, it's probably a good idea that the coach gives him a rest early in this quarter.
Delpesh back on as well for Alan Aikens.
Well, that's going to toughen up around the Eagles' interior defence, which they've been trying to take advantage of in the last few offences.
Van Oostrum with Onokaro. Nice pass. Here's Carnick again. That's going to be called a block. I think there's about a dozen or so Groningen fans behind their bench.
Well, we're going to have a good look right now. See if that what was.
Yeah, he's moving.
He's moving into it, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just moving just slightly into it. Nice to have the replays. I keep forgetting we've got them here. Zudema on Cole Long. Nice turn. Turn 3 or 4 times, but his shot is short. But there's Carnick. He seems to be starting to find his feet now.
He's starting to get loose inside. He's starting to get hungry for those offensive boards, which is a good thing from Groningen's point of view.
He's got 8 and 8 already.
But a pretty smart move from Student to bring Delpesh in to toughen up this interior defence.
Caro from the elbow is no good. Delpesh can't get to it.
Well, we said we were expecting more from Carnage, and we're starting to get it. He was a little bit unlucky there, lost control off his fingertips. But at least he knocked it away from the Eagles players.
And then Mark Stuttle now calls a timeout with the score 24-18. A little bit of a comeback by Groningen.
Yeah, looked in the early part of this second quarter that the Eagles might get themselves on a run and create a good distance. But certainly the last 2 minutes have belonged to Groningen. I'm pretty impressed by the way they're working out which part of the Eagles' defence to attack. And really good ball movement off the ball is causing the Eagles' defensive problems.
We just mentioned Carnick getting going there. As I say, he's now up to 8 points personal, and he's already got 9 rebounds. So looks as if he's going to be in for a big night all round. And Michael Cora now leads the Eagles scorers with 7 points. Cole Long has 5 points. They're both from the bench, so good input from the Eagles bench. And their high rebounder is Seneca Knight with 5.
I think this is where the Groningen coach has got to think very deeply in this timeout. He's lost one of his principal scorers. Where can he get Zach Harvey and Carnage some help from? I think the player who got cut inside and got it before, I think he's probably better off doing his work on the perimeter.
That was the skipper, Zudema.
Yeah.
It's going to be Eagles' ball.
I mean, Zudemar looks to me as though he could be a real threat from outside. If he gets inside and he's got big people like Delpesh on him, kick it out and find a teammate.
Mike O'Cara has been told to be, well, he was asked, I think he's got, it was his bandaging, I think, on his shoulder, which the referee objected to and asked for him to be subbed off, but he's just ripped the bandages off and stayed on court. Lovely when the referees can get technical like that. Candy inbounds.
I think you'll find FIBA rules. I mean, everything has to be colour coordinated.
No, Candy was never going to get that shot.
No, that's the second time he's caught the ball and gone into a shot without looking where the defensive player is. Threaten that. Candy's pretty quick. Threaten that defensive player, give him a fake and get past him.
Some talent on the Eagles bench in Civvies, isn't it? Josh Ward-Hibbert, Darius Defoe, Will Neighbour, all forwards as well.
Well, that was a great drive by Long, but the left-handed layup was completely overcooked.
Cornick again with the rebound. Van Oostrum kicks it out. Zurema for three is good this time.
I shall rest my case.
Yep. That's what you said, go to work where you can do your work, and that's exactly what Zurema did there. And suddenly it's a three-point game.
I think we'll
Groningen's
looking at a bit of a defense, zone defense here. Eagles need quick ball movements.
Yeah, it's a bit slow, isn't it? It's a bit static. O'Cara for three is no good. Candy almost gets his hand to it, but Groningen come up with it.
The reason for that quick movement from the Eagles was the fact that Groningen were trying to double team the ball. Very difficult thing to do when you play in zone.
Van Oostrum, what a great pass that was. And Cornick, the typical Van Oostrum, the point guard family. Great pass, and Cornick was there to finish it clinically. And that's a double-double for James Cornick, and we've still got 5.5 minutes of the first half to go.
Now it's the Eagles who can't put the little bunnies away.
And if Groningen can score here, they'll have completed a 12-point comeback. Sorry, 10-point comeback. It was 22-12. You've missed it, Cornick.
Yeah.
In the moment, it's a 13-2 run by Groningen. Depending on the Eagles' score, it could still be more. Bynum goes to attack the basket, spins round, gets through the gap, but he can't finish. Young brings it away, gives it to Zurema. He gives it to Van Oostrum. Van Oostrum certainly looks impressive. Here's Zurema for three again, and he's good again. And that puts them 2 points in front.
Yeah, perhaps we ought to mention to our new signing Barnum that Carnage is actually 6'9". Not much used 5'10", trying to score over 6'9". Well, this zone has slowed the Eagles' momentum down a little bit.
I think what you're finding as well is that Michael Cora seems to be thinking he's got to take a lot of the responsibility here. Eagles looking as if they're going to bring a triple substitution. Spencer, Alan Aikens, and Knight come on. Long, Bynum and Candy come off.
Yeah, Van Oostrum getting some little rest on the bench. I think the coach will be pleased with his output. I also like the way the assistant coaches are going to the players who've come off and just pointing things out to them, maybe congratulating them or had to think of something they may have missed.
Cora makes the first. And it's good with the second, and we have a tie ball game at 26 points all. Grove now back on playing the point. Finds Harvey. Cornick spins inside. Harvey goes hard. That was a very late call from Josh Bowe. I'm not saying it was wrong, it was just very late.
It was absolutely the right call. I'm not sure whether it was the referee should have been making the call, but he realised that there was an error and he corrected it. I'm just starting to think, Jeff, that after that run there by Groningen, You know, you're missing two players to me who've been having a really good season so far: Josh Ward-Heriot and Darius Defoe. And maybe that's just upset the balance of the team a little bit.
Well, I think it's almost inevitable losing two players like that. I mean, they're not just good players; they're possibly the heart of the Eagles' defense as well. And as I said, you know, when Darius Defoe, he's the captain, when he's not available, Josh Ward-Heriot takes the captaincy up. So he has a three-pointer from the corner from O'Coro's off.
Now that was better because they kept him under pressure.
Harvey for three at the other end is off. Brankovic almost got the rebound, but the ball's knocked away by O'Coro.
Yeah, I mean, the absence of Defoe and Josh Ward-Heriot may be a factor, but I'd say the biggest factor in this swing around is that coach has done a really good job in the quarter break and his timeout.
Brankovic misses the juice. Long pass by O'Coro. Seneca Knight. Well, that's almost his trademark, but he missed it.
That was great defense from Carnage.
Alan Akins did really well as well on the rebound, and then got the pass away to Seneca Knight. 29-28, 3:30 to go in the first half. Second quarter, Philip Brankovic hands off to Zudema. He has Tim Hove, back into Brankovic. Brankovic faced by Alan Akins, who gets the ball off Brankovic's leg, and it'll be Eagles ball at the end line. As mentioned in the Groningen fans behind the Eagles bench, and one of them in particular has been very loud and very demonstrative just behind the coach. Knight and Spencer swapping passes. Knight a couple of times thought about a three-pointer, didn't shoot it. Well, that's a nice pass, but it's a great cut as well. Nice pass by Jordan Spencer, but a great cut by Alan Akins.
And a great finish as well.
Yeah. 31-28 Eagles, 2:44 to go. Brankovic back to Zudema. Sorry, to Hove. They fault. Zudema's in the corner looking for the three, possibly. Carnage, it's going to be a block. Yeah. I think he was trying to get across an established position. I think that's a good call. Some of the Eagles fans don't necessarily agree with it. Well, it should be two shots as well, I think, because you see, let's have a look. What do we think?
That's very, very difficult to call. It was a great roll to basket, a great lob pass. I have a feeling that was equally good defense. Very, very difficult to call.
One of those ones where you've got players in front. Possibly a no call might have been the better call.
The no call probably would have been the best call.
So it's 31-28 marks. It's second time out of the half to Groningen with 2:30 to go. 31-28. Mentioned Carnage, or I don't know if it's Carnick or Carnage. But anyway, he's got 10 points and 11 rebounds. That's a heck of a half.
Well, I think, you know, Carnage's contribution helped them to come back into the game. I think their zone defense has just made the Eagles struggle a little bit offensively. I'm pretty sure the Eagles will start to look for opportunities to cut into that zone and also maybe penetrate, drive and kick a little bit more.
Not much else in the game at the moment, which is reflected a little bit in the score sheet. Sometimes, though, the statistics will make you wonder about the score, but this one looks pretty. It's only one rebound difference, only one assist difference, same amount of turnovers.
Yeah, I think.
And I think you look at Groningen's scoring has been much better in this second quarter.
Yeah, I mean that's been the big difference. The finishing has been so much better.
Zudema.
Again, a lot of good movement, cuts and counter cuts from Groningen. He's causing the Eagles defense a few worries.
Hove's three-pointer misses. He's now 1 of 6 from three-point range. Spencer turns the corner, gets into the paint and knocks down. Oh, wow. I said knocks down to 2. I've never seen a ball go that far down and come back out.
Super move. Drive to the middle. He pulled up, giving nobody a chance at all to get anywhere near a block.
Offensive foul called on 34, which is Hinsbergen, and that's his third foul, I believe. Yeah, just have a look at this, Dave. This is Jordan Spencer's shot.
He does everything right. Everything right.
Have we ever seen a ball go that far down and not go in?
Well, the only thing done wrong was they should not have allowed him to penetrate to the middle, and the ring shouldn't have kicked it out.
Yeah. Honestly, it's a long time since I've seen. Well, if I've ever seen a ball go that deep and somehow spin out, but never mind, it did, and it's 31-28 still. Eagles still with one timeout to give if they want it. Neither side in the penalty in this quarter. Quarter back to Alan Akins. Nice behind the back and nice move.
Oh my
God. He gets
God.
all the way to the basket. Wow.
That crossover dribble completely fooled the defence. But the rest of his footwork was just brilliant. He should go on Strictly Come Dancing.
And there he's on defence as well, getting in front of Carnage to deflect the ball into the hands of Seneca Knight.
I tell you, Seneca Knight is impressing me tonight. He's putting a lot of energy into his performance.
Well, he's one of these guards, isn't he? Here's Alan Akins. Look, there you are, Dave. Our producer Freddie is giving us the Strictly Come Dancing music in the background there. But he's right. It was really good footwork. I think Seneca Knight's a tough guard for anybody, isn't he? Because he is praised as
again,
a
that was
guard.
great defense, but just better offense.
And the Eagles suddenly have sneaked up to a 35-28 lead, 7-point gap.
Yeah, well, they say basketball's a game of the runs. They've had theirs, and now it's the Eagles' turn, and they're really delivering.
They're playing some tough defense now as well. Hove into Carnage, and he'll go to work here on Delpesh. I'm pretty sure Spencer does really well. Come back. Yeah, that's great defense. Great help defense by Jordan Spencer. Malcolm Delpesh held Carnage up, and then Spencer came across and got a hand on it.
Yeah, that's probably the most effective double team in the whole of the game. But not only that, away from that, Spencer's position was immediately filled, which made it very difficult for them to execute.
So Match Day Live, your official ENBL broadcaster, bringing you this exciting EBNL game, Group A game, which is nicely poised. The Eagles just coming away there, 35-28 to Cora again. He looks in the mood tonight. Nice shot from the elbow.
Again, against the Cora, it's not sufficient just to do a close down. You've got to close down and challenge. You know he's going to take that shot.
I have to say, Knight, Alan Akins and Spencer coming back on has made a big difference for the Eagles. Spencer this time taking the rebound. There's 10 seconds left. Okoro comes over like the halfway line. Eagles will get the last shot, and it'll be Okoro who takes him. He's missed it, but Alan Akins is in like a flash with the offensive rebound and put back to give the Eagles a fantastic end of the quarter, and they now lead by 11, 39-28 at the half-time buzzer.
Well, the fact that he scored that last basket means I can just emphasise how tough he is to stop when he's within 10 feet of the basket. But that quarter was much better than the first. They found a way to get back into it, and full credit to the Eagles. They called their timeout, reorganised, obviously talked about what they should be doing against that zone. Certainly more cuts, certainly more dribble penetration and kicking out to shooters, so that they have to always rotate and recover. And they've ended up, and Eagles enjoying that lead at the half-time.
We're going to show you some highlights of the first half, and whilst Dave and I go away and get some stats together. This is early on, obviously. Zach Harvey's Euro step to the basket. Spencer's three-point pull-out, and then I think we're going to see Cole Long's three-pointer. Yep, that's spied by Jordan Spencer. At this point, it was pretty much all Eagles. Seneca Knight on the breakaway and the put it back. Zach Harvey looked as if he's going to get going. That was a lovely pass on the ground. A lovely cut by Van Oostrum, who then reversed it in. Okoro for three. Zudema for 3. So, he did get that 3-point shot going in the second. He only made 2, but it was 2 of 6 as opposed to 0 from 10 in the first quarter. And there's the second one that they've made on cue. Alan Aiken's doing some really good work there on the rebound and kicking it out, and Seneca Knight knocking it down. And he has strictly come down to the moment. No, it's Alan Aikens who has powered his way to the basket 3 or 4 times now for the Eagles. It's a good half of basketball from both teams, really. So there we have it. There's your highlights of the first half, and we'll be back with some stats after we've had the ads. Enjoy your break.
ENBLeague, ice in the veins, ice in the veins. ENBLeague, ice in the veins, ice in the veins, ice in the veins. ENBLeague.
Clearing is now open at Newcastle College University Centre. With over 60 courses available, we've got the degree for you. So, if you want to learn from industry-experienced tutors, study in our fantastic facilities, work alongside employers, all right in the heart of the city centre. Choose Newcastle College University Centre and study your degree with a difference this September. Apply now.
Honey, look how we made it this far. Hasn't the pace been alarming? Honey, but take a look at where we are. Haven't we made it, my love? Oh, honey, you, I owe it to you. Owe it to you.
Clearing is now open at Newcastle College University Centre. With over 60 courses available, we've got the degree for you. So, if you want to learn from industry-experienced tutors, study in our fantastic facilities, work alongside employers, all right in the heart of the city centre. Choose Newcastle College University Centre and study your degree with a difference this September. Apply now.
Honey, look how we made it this far.
Clearing is now open at Newcastle College University Centre. With over 60 courses available, we've got the degree for you. So, if you want to learn from industry experienced tutors, study in our fantastic facilities, work alongside employers, all right in the heart of the city centre. Choose Newcastle College University Centre and study your degree with a difference this September. Apply now.
Honey, look how we made it this far. Hasn't the pace been alarming? Honey, take a look at where we are. Haven't we made it, my love? Oh, honey, you, I owe it to you. Owe it to you.
Clearing is now open at Newcastle College University Centre. With over 60 courses available, we've got the degree for you. So, if you want to learn from industry experienced tutors, study in our fantastic facilities, work alongside employers, all right in the heart of the city centre. Choose Newcastle College University Centre and study your degree with a difference this September. Apply now.
Honey, look how we made it this far. Hasn't the pace been alarming? Honey, take a look at where we are. Haven't we made it, my love? Oh, honey, you, I owe it to you. Owe it to you.
Clearing is now open at Newcastle College University Centre. With over 60 courses available, we've got the degree for you. So, if you want to learn from industry experienced tutors, study in our fantastic facilities, work alongside employers, all right in the heart of the city centre. Choose Newcastle College University Centre and study your degree with a difference this September. Apply now.
Honey, look how we made it this far. Hasn't the pace been alarming? Honey, take a look at where we are. Haven't we made it, my love? Oh, honey, you, I owe it to you. Owe it to you.
ENBLeague. Ice in the veins. Ice, 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 ice in the veins. ENBLeague. Ice in the veins. Ice in the veins. Ice, 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 ice in the veins. ENBLeague.
Okay, welcome back to the Virtual Motors Arena. And we're going to put some stats up for you from the first half, and Dave and I will help talk you through these. The score at the moment is Newcastle Eagles 39, Donar Groningen 28. And just looking at those stats, first of all, is obviously the big stat that stands out, although it's only 2 shots different, is the 3-point percentage. 2 of 16 for Groningen and 4 of 11 for the Eagles. Not much difference on the other one. Extra couple of turnovers there by Groningen, but pretty even in that respect. But yeah, so it's just really those 2 extra 3-pointers probably, and the fact that they've got the line a few more times as well. That's been the difference there.
Well, yeah, I mean, modern basketball, you absolutely have to patrol the 3-point line. And when you've got people like Okora behind that arc, then you've not just got to control it, you've got to really work on them. Sometimes if Cora's 2 passes away from the ball, you still need to be in a passing lane position so it's not so easy for him to set his feet and get that shot off.
And what, of course, those stats on the shooting do produce is the overall shooting percentage is where Eagles have got a 10% advantage. They're shooting at 44% overall, and Groningen at 34% overall. Just to give you some quick other stats, individual stats. For the visitors, James Cornick has a double-double at half-time, 10 points and 11 rebounds. And Zach Harvey has 8 points, and that's pretty much all she wrote for Groningen at the moment. For Newcastle, they've got Michael Cora from the bench with 11 points and 3 rebounds. Seneca Knight, 9 points and 5 rebounds. And that man that we talked about, the man who does a little bit of everything, Deshaun Allen Akins, 9 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists.
Yeah, he's had a good game. He's making a good contribution to the way the Eagles are playing this season. And interestingly enough, he hasn't started the second half.
Yeah, and Cole Long has started the second half in his place. And interestingly, I was talking to Paul Blake, the Newcastle Eagles managing director, and he said that Deshaun Allen Akins is one of the smartest players he's seen at the Eagles. And now that's saying something because Paul's been with the Eagles for like 25 years.
Yeah, this is not a basketball term, but around the hoop he's so slippery.
Yeah.
It really is difficult to guard. I thought he had a fantastic finish. You know, they were playing the Sharks and they couldn't afford to lose by more than 6 or they had to win. He really carried them at the end of that game.
Travel call on Jordan Spencer. He was very hotly guarded by Tim Hove and took an extra step. Jordan Spencer said, well, I had to because he pushed us, but that's not what the referee called, and it's a turnover for the Eagles. And with 10 seconds gone, it's Groningen now on offense. And the Dutch referee calls an offensive foul. I think that was on Cornick. I'm not quite sure. Just waiting for it to come up on the board. Yes, it was. Offensive foul on James Cornick, his first of the game. Gives the ball back to the Eagles. So the Scottish ref calls for the Dutch and the Dutch ref calls for the English. Cora, nice pass. Good take by Del Pesh. Nice kick out to Cole Long in the corner, but his 3-point shot is off the mark.
Yeah, I think the best move there for Cole Long would have been a fake and drive.
Yes,
A pretty impressive closing down. The guy really flew at him. He couldn't possibly have stopped the drive because his feet were off the ground.
Brankovic gets it back to Sotomayor. Straight forward 3, but he misses it, but he gets the long rebound himself. Kicks it back out to Hove, who throws it across court straight to Jordan Spencer, who's off to the races, and is fouled as he goes to the basket by Brankovic. I think that was the right call, that it was end line as well. Let's have a look.
Yeah, I mean, we're only 5 seconds into the second minute, and they're already on 2 team fouls.
Nice pass inside.
And
Del
that's
Pesh,
going to be
a
3
third.
team fouls, yep.
Absolutely. Martin Del Pesh, and this time it will be 2 shots. He's fouled by 33.
Looking eagerly at the replay to see how Del Pesh got so wide open.
I didn't quite see it because it was a close-up replay.
My impression was that Del Pesh's defender was ball watching and therefore didn't see Del Pesh slip past him to the basket. But it's costly for them. 3rd foul already. Puts them in a very difficult position. They've got to be really careful how they defend now for the next 8 minutes.
Del Pesh makes 1 of 2, makes the lead 12 points at 40-28. Nice pass inside.
That was a nice, really good organisation from their
Great
team.
defense by Seneca Knight. Cora to the basket is in off the glass. That's becoming a bit of a trademark of Michael Cora's. That hang in the air, little floater off the glass. Eagles now 14 points to the good, and once again Groningen throw the ball away.
Well, that's the 2nd turnover they've had already from a missed pass. Thinking where the defender was than where he actually was. That's costly.
Cora brings it forward, so been a pretty good 2 minutes for the Eagles. Be even better for score here. And Cora, well, he's run out of ground.
Well, that was good defence by Groningen because they pressured him without fouling into a situation where he lost his balance.
8:04 to go, 42-28. No score for Groningen in the first 2 minutes. Eagles with 3 points. Carnage faced by Del Pesh. Harvey turns the corner well, got away from Knight, and Carnage got away from Del Pesh and slams it home for 2. But Eagles very quick to go to the other end, but Seneca Knight can't make the layup.
It'll be interesting to see. I don't think they will do it in this clip because this is just pure transition.
Yeah, both teams there, and Brankovic this time gets all the way to the basket.
So
for 2.
that previous offence to that transition basket was just absolutely classic. Play with 2 high posts, which, as you know, we coaches call horns.
And that's going to be a foul as Spencer drives to the basket.
Well, this is making it even more difficult for them. They've got to be able to defend without fouling. That's the 4th. Next one, charity stripe for the Eagles.
They'll go to the charity stripe right now because Spencer was fouled in the active shooting.
Yeah.
Nice play that though by Harvey and Carnage. Nice 2 play. Zudema comes off, Sam Van Oostrum comes back on, and I can give you the answer to that question. Well, it wasn't a question. Devin Van Oostrum does weigh 77, as does Sam, and apparently it's because it's lucky number 7 doubled up. That's the way they talk about it. And he said, don't give us a shout out. So Philip Brown of Sheffield, I'm not going to give you a shout out. Well, thank you very much for the information. You've saved Dan Rowledge having to strive through his spreadsheets.
Now that last offence where they ran the horns play was really effective. They ran it again.
And there it is.
Almost. That should have been the same result. That just pass was not a good pass at all. But I prefer them to run it on the opposite side of the elbow so that it's actually Carnage who's rotating the basket.
Yeah, that time it was Zudema that was trying to get there off Brankovic's pass. Spencer. Coro. Back to Cole Long. He will shoot the 3, and it's off. Carnage takes yet another rebound. That means 9 millionth rebound of the game, or even his 13th. The wraparound pass from Van Oostrum.
I know exactly what he was doing, but that really, you can't afford mistakes like that when you've gone 12 down, you're on 14 fouls. They need a much more high percentage offense.
He goes with Okora. Still lead by 12. Almost, Zach Harvey almost saved that.
Well, he's not exactly impressed with the decision, is he?
Well, I think it came off the back of his heel, and he probably wouldn't have felt it. To be fair.
Who wins the basketball this evening can be collected from just over in the corner where Swoop the Eagle is.
A little bit of confusion here. I think it's on the shot clock. Yeah, should be 14, I believe. Oh, it's 10. My mistake. Tim Hove comes off and Lars Young on. Hasn't played very many minutes in the first 3 games, but he's got a little bit more time tonight. Played 6.5 minutes in the first half. O'Cara going to the basket is well met by Van Oostrom. This time the run out is good, and it's actually Lars Young who made it.
Yeah, what a way to get into the game. A good defensive play followed by a 100-metre sprint to get down the floor, get ahead of the defense, and really tough layup.
Van Oostrom again with a nice steal. Harvey goes hard at the basket, doesn't make it. That's got to be in trouble. Yeah, it had to be in trouble.
Yeah.
Loudly appreciated by the Eagles fans in the building. I think we were all waiting for it.
Yeah, you know, you look at that play, you do the maths. He's there surrounded by 3 players. Somewhere he has 2 teammates wide open on the kick out that's very, very difficult to defend. I don't think they're making enough of the inside-outside game.
The only thing I would say, possibly, but no doubt you'll put me right, was the fact he was right under the basket. Maybe it was
it's difficult, and he was being pressured as well from both behind and both sides. He would have felt that pressure.
As you say, Jordan Spencer's, well, he did well there because he slipped on the court, but he's still got it to O'Cara, but there's only 3 seconds on the shot clock. O'Cara's got to put that up. He does put it up, and it's short, well, too long actually. Hit the back of the rear iron. Brankovic, Young back to Brankovic, back to Young. He's only 21, this big Serbian lad, the 33. Another good pass from Van Oostrom. Drive along the baseline by Harvey, but it's met well by Cole Long.
Yeah, good defense. Very difficult to avoid the foul there, but he did it. Well, unfortunately, the Eagles are now taking a page out the passing manual from Groningen, just thrown to somewhere where there's nobody, no offensive player at all, no teammates.
I think there's a word for that, Dave. I think it's possibly called sloppy. So 44-34, we've reached the midpoint of the third quarter. Still anybody's game. 10 points is nothing, as we know in basketball. Both teams have had a chance. One team's had a chance to get a lot closer, and the other team's had a chance to go further in front. But at the moment, again, still a little bit of Van Oostrom from the corner is no good. Carnage with a rebound. O'Cara,
well, I'm not sure about that at all, because I think he took an offensive rebound and he's every right to put it back up. Yep.
We'll have a look at a replay of that. So there's the three-point shot is off. Carnage has taken, well, he's just gone, well, he hasn't moved his feet as he's jumped up, come down, and jumped straight back up again. Interesting. But we're not referees, and we're not on the court, so we'll have to defer to the men with the whistles. I think both teams are playing pretty good defense at the moment, and there's another steal for Groningen. O'Cara, and this time it is a foul by Jordan Spencer.
That's a good foul as well, because that was an absolute gimme.
You have to give O'Cara a lot of credit for getting back there as well.
Yeah.
Causing the free to miss the layup.
Yeah, this move at all doesn't surprise me. Barnum in for Spencer. Spencer's just been losing his feet in the last few offenses. He's got his head down, been over-dribbling, and he's been missing opportunities to get his teammates into the game.
Once again, referee McDonald, well, I think this time he's saying there's blood on, yeah, there is, I can see it from here, blood on Harvey's elbow, which that needs sorting out. So Zurima comes on to replace Harvey, who will get some running repairs.
This is where the medical staff need to earn the door, because they certainly need him back on the floor.
The interesting thing there was the point guard, Tim Hove, was going to come on, and then I think the coach realised that whoever was coming on was going to have to take the foul shots, and he sent Zodomar on instead. Possibly better free throw shooter. He will stay on, obviously, until, if he was, he's only 50% free throw shooter now. Good turnaround, though. Good recycling by Groningen. Van Oosteren to Young. Brankovic faced by Del Pesh and Alan Aiken. Zulema for three had to hit it on. And once again, the Groningen have come up with the rebound. Shot clock hasn't restarted, by the way, but never mind. It goes over the top. The shot clock on the top of the basket was working, but not the one underneath the basket.
Yeah, for that sort of offense there, without Harvey on the floor, they just don't have enough outside shooters to take advantage of all that ball movement they were doing.
Alan Akins gets it out to Candy, who's come on. Back to Alan Akins, he's going to drive inside. Once again, losing the ball.
The Eagles at the moment are not getting the quality of ball movement they were earlier in the game. They're going over dribbling and they're just getting themselves in a knot.
Well, after taking a 44-32 lead, they've thrown the ball away a few times, but Groningen haven't made massive entries, but they've got a chance here. Could get it back to where they 6 or 7. Van Oosteren to Brankovic. Young coming round, nice pass inside to Zulema. Faced by Okoro. Kicks it out. Brankovic for three is no good. Eagles going to try and gang rebound, but you've got to out-rebound Carnage, and that's not easy. Van Oosteren back to Zulema. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Good work by Malcolm Delpesh in defence.
Tremendous defence.
I think he's a bit of an underrated defender, is Malcolm Delpesh. I think he's had a good season so far for the Eagles. Never going to give you it every single game, but...
He's underrated full stop, Jeff.
Yeah.
He makes good contributions playing without the ball in offence. Decent pick and roll player.
Bynum good driver to the basket is fouled.
I don't know whether it's because they are getting better and better at getting into the passing lanes to reduce the opportunities for Eagles to move the ball. But the Eagles are starting to rely more and more on dribble drive.
I could put another question out there. I'm not going to, but I'm just going to tell you that with 2:26 to go in the third quarter and 10 minutes of the fourth quarter to go, James Carnage has 18 rebounds, including 10 offensive. It's a timeout called by Coach Stimach for Groningen. They're down by 9 at 44-34.
How many points has Carnage got?
He's got 12 points from 13 shots, to be fair. But 18 rebounds is an impressive stat in anybody's figure, especially 10 offensive boards. He's his leading scorer, 12 points. He's the only one that's really scored in this quarter for them as well. For the Eagles, Michael Corra's up to 13 points. Knight and Alan Aiken still. This is Bynum was trying to go to the basket. Go along to Okora. That's that little kiss off the glass,
Yeah.
which he favours an awful lot.
You know, with 2:26 to go in the third, 44-35, seems like a bit of a low score. And you look at the scorers, there's only one person from each side in double figures.
So it's Alan Aikens, Jared Bynum, Cole Long, Sauve Candy and Mike Okora. And it's
And surprisingly,
killed
one of the players not in double figures is Alan Aikens.
9 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists.
He'll change all that in the last 5 minutes like he did at the Sharks.
And like he did at Caledonia as well.
Yeah, I thought he had a fantastic finish against the Sharks.
Yeah. He finished with 17 points. I think he got 9. I think he scored 9 of those in the last 2 minutes of the game. Bynum makes the first. It almost looks like it's not going to reach, but it does. And 2 of 2 gives the Eagles a 10-point advantage. Or is it 11-point advantage?
Yeah.
11-point advantage, 46-35.
Pretty well organised press break there from Groningen.
Oh, great pass from Van Oostrum again. Hinsbergen is on for Carnage, I think. Giving Carnage a little bit of a break. Hinsbergen has come on, he's fouled almost every time he's come on. Van Oostrum with a 2-point shot is good.
Well, do you know what? They really needed that because the Eagles' defence is getting a lot of confidence from the fact that they're pretty shy at putting up shots after ball movements.
Jared Bynum calling for Cole Long to come at him. So Candy almost stepped out of bounds there. Down to 6 seconds. Bynum's going to attack the basket, fix it back out. Cole Long in the corner for 3. Too long from Cole Long.
Boy.
Hinsbergen against Candy. That's a mismatch if ever I've seen one. And he rolls it off the top of the basket and in. 7 points to gap, 46-39. Groningen just coming back a little bit here. 1:18 to go. I have to say that at the moment, Jared Bynum's not really running this offense as well as Spencer was. Candy for 3 is no good. Cole Long almost pinches it, but Van Oostrum it is that's got it.
Those last 2 defences by Groningen, Zach Harvey is playing unbelievable defence.
And Harvey is now playing unbelievable offense.
And his reward is he gets a wide open 3, narrows the gap to 4 points.
Zach Harvey now into double figures. He goes to 11 with that triple. Cole Long trying to get to the basket. Kisses it in off the glass. Tough move by Cole Long.
Tough move.
6 points to gap. Inside the last 20 seconds, probably the last shot of the quarter. Van Oostrom's going to attack the basket. Oh, good hands by Jared Bynum. He's got 6 seconds. Will he attack the basket? He will attack the basket all the way to the basket. And in it goes. That was a good bit of play by Bynum there. And it could have been it was a 4-point game. It could have been another 4-point game. Suddenly it's an 8-point game.
This is where, as a coach, you wish that Van Oostrom had taken that layup. Because he threw it away, it was intercepted. So they missed the opportunity to score and give the Eagles an absolute gift at the other end of the floor.
And it was a 4-point swing, so
it would have been, yeah. And suddenly, credit to the Eagles, it's back to 8. I'm really in that quarter impressed with Zach Harvey. He's a threatening offense. Obviously, he had to go off for the blood situation, but he's playing really good defense.
In fact, you can look at the score and you think probably both teams are playing pretty good defense. Here is Okara. That's the little kiss off the glass. Here's Zach Harvey turning the corner and putting it. Lovely pass. That was a lovely pass into corner. Must have been given an assist. He's only got 2 assists, and that obviously would be one of them. So just a quick look, and as I say, James Cornish with 12 points, Zach Harvey with 11, and for the Eagles, still just Okara with 13, but Cole Long's now up to 7, Knight and Alan Akins with 9 as well.
Yeah, we've just seen a replay of Van Oostrom taking that outside shot. And on that occasion there, I think he had that outside shot opportunity. Probably wasn't aware of how much the shot clock was ticking down. But if he'd have pulled up and just swished that there, it would have been unstoppable. Or just go ahead and make the layup. You're either going to score or you're going to get fouled.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Bynum's done really well. He's danced past about 4 players to get that layup in.
Well, there's one thing for certain, 8 points down against the Newcastle Eagles on the home court. Groningen can't afford a slow start here.
Seems to be a little bit of discussion going on at half court with the referees and Eagles team manager Eric Wilson. Not quite sure what that's all about, but it's stopping the start of the game, that's for sure.
or whatever it was, Coach Stuttle was happy with the decision.
Not sure what that was about, but it possibly a change of ball. I've got a feeling it might have been, I don't know. Never mind, 10 minutes to go. 50 points to Eagles, 42 to Groningen. Game still very much on the line as Groningen start us off on offense. Harvey into Van Oostrum, back out to Harvey. Harvey doesn't, well, he was going to extend, didn't. Hinsbergen on Alan Akins. He'll find him a little bit tougher than Kande. Zuderma trying to get along the baseline. Up for two is unlucky. Comes off the back. Alan Akins takes a tough rebound. I think that's going to be a foul on Tim Hove inside. Holding foul.
What I like about that play is it's designed so after Alan Akins rolled away from the ball, he gets a cross screen to get him wide open under the basket.
And it results in a Groningen foul, so it's good out all-round offense. I can tell you exactly what the discussion was now, and any eagle-eyed viewers will probably be able to tell you as well what the discussion was at the end of the quarter. Get that in a minute as Harvey goes well, strong to the basket and is fouled. Will Neighbour, number 88, on for the Eagles.
Ah, okay.
Right. Except he's not. It's Seneca Knight in Will Neighbour's jersey.
If he is, he's in his suit.
So obviously there must have been blood on Seneca Knight's shirt, and that's what Eric Wilson, the team manager, was explaining to the referee, that Seneca Knight was now number 88. I love it when you pick something like that up. Just shows we're actually watching. So a three-point play.
He's gone 70 points up. Does that mean he gets 7 times as many points?
Well, 81 points because he's number 7, isn't he? So he's gone from 7 to 88. But like how I feel in the mornings.
Well, we said they needed to make a good start, and so far they have. They hold it here. If they get a stop here, it will be a great start to this quarter.
Cole Long is too long.
And they have.
Hinsberger gets the rebound. Oh, nice play by Hove. Wrap around to Zuderma, and I think, that wasn't a surprise. Mark Stuttle calls the timeout as the Groningen fans behind the bench.
Well, it's a good start in the sense that they're doing it well at both ends of the floor. I thought they marked that last switch play, trying to get Alan Akins under the basket wide open. They played that defense really well. That was a superb movement off the ball in offense.
It's 50-47 as Coach Stuttle called that timeout. And here's Zach. Here's a really great wraparound pass from Hove, and Zuderma off the glass for 2, and that's what caused the timeout.
Jeff, did you say 52-47 there?
No, 52-47.
Got you, yeah, right, okay. So the 2 was a TO.
The TO, yeah. 50 points to 47. Zach Harvey now up to 14 points. He's the leading scorer in the game. Interesting what you just said before as well. And it's interesting they've also switched it around on the scoreboard. But Seneca Knight on the internet scoreboard, that Seneca Knight is now number 88. Yeah, Seneca Knight and Alan Akins haven't scored since deep in the third quarter. In fact, Seneca Knight hasn't scored in this half. Alan Akins, I'm not sure whether he has either, to be honest. I'm just looking at, neither Seneca Knight nor Deshaun Alan Akins have scored in this half. And Okora's only got 2. And also, Here's another one for you.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say. I thought he was number 3.
He's now number 13. And to be fair, the Eagles really need to get something going here because they're a little bit at 6s and 7s. And as you say, there must have been blood on Michael Cora's shirt because he's now wearing number 13 Darius Defoe's shirt.
Right, I mean, this Harvey's at the moment. Harvey's having a really good game for them at both ends of the floor. Not only that, he was out there in transition, putting pressure on the Eagles' defense. And you've got to give credit for the Eagles' defense of getting back and cutting off that route to basket, making it very difficult for him. But I really think that the Eagles need to get some easy transition points.
2 points for Harvey, takes him to 16 personal. And it makes the score 50-49. 14 point, I think it was 12 point. Biggest lead was 14 actually at one point, Alan Aikens, and that's exactly what you said, but he's missed the layup. Harvey takes the rebound and back comes Groningen with a chance to take the lead. I don't know, maybe the first lead for an awful long time. If they can get there, Van Oostrum might have to shoot the 3. Doesn't want to, drives to the basket instead. Throws it to Cole Long. He gives it to Okoro. Into Knight. Knight misses the layup, but is fouled by Tim Hove. That'll be Hove's 4th foul.
Yeah, Van Oostrum to me has made a difference in that he's pretty good organiser. You'll see him come down the floor, calm, under control, puts his hand in the air, gives the signal what he wants, and gets the team to execute that first phase of their offense smartly.
He's got 5 assists so far.
Yeah.
Sam Van Oostrum. Seneca Knight misses the 3 throw. This has been a downfall for the Eagles. And now, well, 10 of 14 is not terrible, but well, it's 10 of 15 now, obviously. Makes a second though.
No surprise at all as to who coach is bringing back into the game.
Well, to be fair, he's getting a good run out of everybody with that when Cornick's been on the bench.
Yeah. Well, we're not exactly down the stretch yet. Again, love the way Harvey puts pressure on the defense quickly.
That's a poor shot though.
It was a poor shot.
But you're right. Yeah, nice play by Alan Aikens, lays it off Cole Long.
Poor shot, and despite all the things I've said about him, that wasn't good defense either.
Yeah, and it just Stimac, the coach, decided I'm not going to let the Eagles get any momentum here. Steps in. So Alan Aikens there, down the court. Nice little no-look pass off to Cole Long.
Yeah.
And Cole Long lays it in for 2.
Yeah, you could argue that with nearly 7 minutes to go and 6 points down, coach would want to save at least 2 timeouts, having called one earlier for the final minutes of the game. But I think his instincts told him he needed to call that. I think he saw mistakes keep creeping in at both ends of the floor, and he wanted to put a stop to it before it got right out of reach.
Well, they had made a 7-1 start to the quarter as well, so that was why Stutler had called his timeout. And he obviously saw, like, they turned the ball over and he thought, let's stop it straight away.
Stutler got the reaction he wanted immediately.
Yeah. Seneca Knight with that 1 free throw took him into double figures on 10 points. 53-49, 6:55 to go. Anybody's game, as they say, but then it always seems to be that way in basketball quite a lot of the time. It will be an inbound for Groningen.
Well, I'm impressed with the way Eagles got the momentum back, having lost it.
Get a stop and a score would be a good thing, but if Groningen score, we're going to have, it's going to be a real ding-dong down the stretch.
Here's that Horns play. And watch where, there he goes, look.
Under the basket,
this time,
Carnage,
great defense from
Alan Aikens.
Yeah, absolutely.
Followed it all the way. Van Oostrum for 3 is off. Cole Long picks the rebound. Great outlet pass as well. And Okoro floats it in for 2. That was made possible, but rebound by Cole Long and a very, very quick outlet pass as well.
Well, Cole Long won't get an assist for that because of how many dribbles Okara took, but what a great outlet pass.
6 points the gap. Okara up to 15. That's going to be a foul. Brankovic asking the coach to go for a replay, and the coach has said yes, he'll go for a replay because Brankovic felt that was an unsportsmanlike foul. And he immediately signalled to the coach, I think that's unsportsmanlike, and the coach agreed with him, said yes, so do I.
Yeah,
so the referees are going to have a look at it.
Yeah, and Ho, who's set up a lot of the offences, has found himself on 4 fouls as well.
So here's the play. Well, it's difficult to say from that was an unsportsmanlike foul. Let's have a look. What do you think, Dave? If we could roll it forward.
Oh, difficult one, that. I mean,
I don't think
it was physical, but I don't think it deliberately. That was physical, which what you ask your defenders to be, isn't it? Situations like that. I would expect that'll just be a common foul. I mean,
a bit like VAR, though. It's always a worry when referees go to the
yeah, I mean, I know there'll be a lot of technology involved, etc., in terms of putting this into the SPL. But if you sensibly, this is a really good facility.
Yeah. I think he's calling for the hold by Okaro as the personal foul. If you just watch it here, Dave, as he goes up, not this step, there, it's just Okaro just puts an extra arm round him a little bit. But I think he's already called the foul on Cole Long, I believe, as he come over the top.
Well, he will now find out.
Yeah. I thought when they went to the monitor, nearly always when they go to the monitor, they change their mind.
So, your superior knowledge as a referee, Jeff, so this is 2 shots and possession?
It should be, yes.
If it's unsportsmanlike?
Yeah, it was going to be 2 shots anyway, wasn't it, for the foul?
Yeah, and obviously it means the Cara can't afford another unsportsmanlike or a technical.
Brankovic makes the first. Good challenge by the coach, though. Could make a big difference. Makes them both, so that brings it back to 4, and they would now get possession.
Yeah, I was going to say the big difference is if they can execute and make a score here, which would reduce it to either 2 or 1. Again, Van Oostrum instrumental in setting the players up, and he's going to take the responsibility for the shot, which he just didn't put any rhythm into that shot at all. It was like, oh, I've got the shot, I'll take it. Instead of saying, I'm wide open, I'm going for it.
Conviction is the word you're looking for, Dave. No conviction. Well, I don't know, again, I don't know if you've noticed this. There's obviously been a problem with the Eagles kit because Jordan Spencer's now out there with Josh Ward-Hibbett's kit on at number 2.
What is going on?
It's a good job it's the Eagles with all these shirt changes.
Has Eric Wilson not washed his kit properly?
Either that or there's been a bloodbath or somewhere along the line. Cole Long shot is long.
Well, in fairness.
Oh, nice player. Foul on Jordan Spencer. Foul's on number 2.
Was that Jordan Spencer or Josh Ward-Hibbett? Okay.
It's Josh Jordan Ward-Hibbett Spencer.
What I do know, if my instincts are right, they're getting a little bit of momentum back into this game.
Yeah, I would agree with you, Dave.
But
the free throw.
5:26 to go, that's not crucial, but it would have helped.
Missed them both, but Brankovic has taken the great rebound and put back.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was a really difficult shot.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, really, he had basically no arm at all. It was all wrists and fingers.
I think that takes him up to 8 points personal. And he just seems to have come alive a little bit as well. Alan Aikens can't make it, and all of a sudden it's the Eagles missing, and Groningen looking to increase in confidence. Harvey back to Brankovic. He thought briefly about the three, but thought I'll go deep instead. Harvey will put the three up, but that's going to be short. But Eagles didn't really react to that.
They're getting too many offensive rebounds back.
I think the thing for me on that one as well, Dave, was like when that shot went up, I knew it was going to be long.
Yeah, you got to give Brankovic a bit of credit here. He took the ball, he shielded it really well from the defender. Lifted, famous of all big guys, get your head up, look and see where your lead passes. Lead with your head. He did that really well.
And what your point about Groningen being in the penalty before, Eagles are now in the penalty in the
yeah, Groningen's only got 2.
Yeah. Pressure on the Eagles now, very much so. Van Oostrum makes them both and ties the game up at 55 all. Perhaps the change of shirts has upset the Eagles as well. Del Pesce has got his own shirt on. Yep, there's another turnover from the Eagles. Long pass. Harvey steps back for 3. Is
what a
short.
pass.
He'll get an assist for that one.
He said, I want the assist. Let's be honest, Jeff, we know that was a 3-point shot.
Yeah, of course it was.
Now what we arguing about? Well, amid all that, they have taken the lead, and this is the first time for how long?
Well,
they did take it in the second period, was it?
I think it might have been the second period. It's a long time ago, anyway, I'll tell you that much. Eagles are just, well, it's turnover city in Newcastle at the moment. Harvey misses that. Thought he was fouled, and I think he possibly was. Eagles need something to happen really very quickly. Sadek Knight tries to go. Jordan Spencer will no, he won't shoot the 3. He'll go to the basket instead and will be fouled.
Well, they're lucky there because they've made 2 really poor passing errors in the last 2 offences, and really they bailed them out, didn't they? Groningen are going to win this game. When they take advantage, of they have done twice, of bad sloppy passes and get out in transition, they've simply got to finish.
Eagles had 4 turnovers at the half. They've now got 12.
Yeah. And I'm not sure they're taking enough advantage of turning those turnovers into points.
Yeah, they've got 13 points off the turnovers. Eagles got 16. There's another turnover. The other thing as well is not just a momentum change, is that Groningen look a lot more fired up than the Eagles do right now.
What was that turnover?
It was ball off his legs, got out.
Oh,
and
okay.
Mark Stutler's called a timeout, and it's not really surprising.
The Eagles have got enough weapons. They're good in transition. You think of the way Cole Long threw that one outlet pass. Brilliant. Easy layup at the end of it. They need more of that. But he's got to make sure they stop making mistakes.
Yeah, that was the turnover. The ball came off the leg. He's trying to rip it through.
Yeah, it's good double team. Yeah.
Yeah, it's slapped down and it's off his leg. The Eagles were saying it was possible foul. If you watch this, his left arm comes down. I'll take it off, but it could have been. But yeah. What the Eagles, I think, were calling for was a possible foul.
It looks like the Eagles are going to put a little bit of full court pressure on here. Well, they need to make their minds up whether they're going to try and deny the inland or are just going to try and disrupt the offense. No, they're playing it high just to disrupt the offense.
Taking the ball out of the point guard's hand. Carnage. Harvey turns the corner.
Now, he normally, when he gives that handoff, works really hard to get to the basket.
Brankovic for 3 is good. celebrates it.
Well, he as an offensive player, early on he was almost non-existent. But right now he's one of the key men to go to.
Third player in double figures for Groningen with 11, and the gap is suddenly 5 points. And at the moment, Eagles struggling to find an answer. The one thing I would say about Groningen is that they've lost all 3 games so far in this tournament. And now referee is saying that Zach Harvey has to go off again because of blood. The one thing I would say about Groningen, when you look at their 3 losses, they've lost to Valmiera Glass, who've won all 4 games. They've lost to Voluntaria, who have won 3 games. And they've lost to Warsaw, who've also won 3 games. So they've been tough teams they've had to face.
Well, what they certainly need here is the medical team to do the job on Harvey.
Get him back out there.
Yeah.
Van Oostrum turns the corner. Rugby league pass.
Oh
to
my
Zulba.
goodness.
3-pointers.
They've gone all game hardly trying to make a 3-point shot, and suddenly they're getting back in the game with it. No, get back in the game, they're ahead by 6.
I think the other thing as well is the Spencer for a long 3 and that's off. And they seem to be getting the rebounds first. They seem to be a bit more fired up and a bit more cohesive than the Eagles right now. That'll be Cornich's 20th rebound of the game. Brankovic is going to tap the basket.
Yeah, good call. Excellent call.
50-50 ball is called.
They might not agree with it, and they might also think that there was a foul on that thing, but that was an excellent call.
Ball long, flies back in for your Eagles.
Well, they haven't got Harvey ready yet, or if he's ready, then they're leaving him out.
We go once again.
Zuduma's 3-pointer took him into double figures on 11. All of a sudden, they've got 4 players in double figures. Eagles have 3. Alan Aikens 13, Okora 13, and Seneca Knight 10.
Right, so what we've got here is a review. It's not a timeout by anybody.
Yeah. So presumably the review's been called for by Groningen, and they're allowed to call that one because the last one was successful, or the referees just decided to have a look at it themselves.
This is where the coach believed that the shooter was fouled, yeah? Well, I didn't see a foul there. Because if he does follow through and make contact after the ball's gone, it's still a foul.
Well, it's not a foul there.
Is the hand is in the arm?
You need to see the release.
Boy, this is difficult. They really need another angle on that, don't they, which they probably won't have.
Well, that is another angle, but another angle won't help.
Well, other than there's no contact on London, but what we're interested in is was the contact during the shot or after the shot. We're about to find out.
I've got a feeling that I don't think there's been a change here at all. I think that's what they're saying. Just tell them no change of the call, and I think that'll be the end of
Yeah, I
his
think
reviews.
that's right, because they have to be absolutely sure, and I don't think from those angles you could tell to be absolutely certain.
But we're inside the final 2 minutes, and the Eagles are still down by 5.
Can you believe that?
Well, remember the score was 44-34 at one stage, so the Eagles only scored 50. Oh. I think it's... And Mark Stuttle's obviously isn't quite happy with that call because he's not calling for a replay.
So who's it putting to the line?
It'll be Cornish will go to the line. He was fouled. No, it's Van Oostrum.
Van Oostrum, yeah.
Eagles, loud and proud. Make some
Aye.
noise.
Two of five.
Loud and proud. Make some noise.
Two of six.
I think you find that's another foul, yeah.
Alan Aikens.
Yeah. Yeah. Gently moved him out of the way, but it was obvious.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
Holding foul call. On Dijon.
Substitution. Tim Hove comes off. Zach Harvey is back on.
Yeah. And
Once again.
Groningen coach will be hoping that these three throws are going to be more successful than Van Oostrum throws.
This is Cornich's first trip to the line.
Boy, this could hurt them. That's 3 in a row they've missed.
And it could have been almost out of sight with only 140 to go. Makes a second though. Takes the gap to 4
Now,
points.
What we need here is a really good constructed offense.
Yeah, that's a foul by Van Oostrum.
Well, that was a gamble that didn't quite pay off. Had Van Oostrum been able to intercept that pass, he was off to the races. Puts them on 4, so they can't afford any more. And
Eagles with the ball.
unless they're happy to put.
Yeah. Seneca Knight with the fadeaway makes it.
That looked like a struggle, but it was excellent play the way he engineered the space to get that shot off.
And that's an offensive foul. Suddenly it's spun back the Eagles' way. Wow, basketball, what a game.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
Eagles' mistakes let them get ahead in a decent lead. Now, the Eagles are getting back in because of their mistakes.
Well, it had been a 10-point quarter before then. It was 21 points to 11. Well, actually 21 points to 9 before Seneca Knight made the 2-point shot.
Well,
Is this good team play wearing different team shirts, Dave? So makes everybody gets everyone
all I know
involved.
is, whatever it is, it's making it a thriller.
Yep, 61-63, 118 to go. And after looking like it was Groningen who were going to pull away, Eagles now got a chance to level it up themselves.
At this stage, no errors. Everything you do, passing, decision making, shooting, high percentage.
Cora nearly, talk about no mistakes, Cora nearly. Unforced error, as they call it in tennis. Back to Okora. He's going to tap the basket here. Yeah, kissed it off the glass. Levels it up. You can always tell when he's going to attack the basket. He just takes that one hesitation and goes. 63-63, 104 to go. Groningen on the offense. Harvey to Van Oostrum. Inside, Alan Aikens picks it off. He's going to go himself here with a Euro step and the lay-in for 2. And it's a timeout by Stimish. Wow, what a game this is now.
We said no errors. What do we get straight away? Passing error.
Yeah. Well, again, you know, you looked at there. You mentioned something, Dave, which give you a lot of credit for. Those missed free throws, you said, could be crucial.
Absolutely.
And if they made those 3 free throws, there would have been 7 points in front.
Yeah.
As they didn't make them, it was only 4, and the Eagles have now come back with a 4-point run and taken the lead at 65-63 with 52.8 to go. And it's Mr. Fourth Quarter. Alan Aikens.
That interception of that pass heads up, ahead, ball ahead. Magic Johnson rules. If the man ahead is free, get him the ball. He had a little bit of work to do, but you would have put money on Alan Aikens finding the footwork to make that basket look easy.
He's now up to 17 points. And remember, I said he only had 9 at the half. He only had 9 after 3 quarters. He's now got 17, so he's got 8 points in this quarter. And
Well,
that's 8 of the Eagles.
Offensively, in
13
terms of
points.
scoring, him and Mike Okora have stepped up just when it was needed. I mean, that wasn't the easiest shot, the bank shot that on the run that Okora made, but he was totally focused on where he was placing that ball on the glass.
Groningen temporarily had 6 players on court. Van Oesten's the one who reluctantly walks off. Hove, Zudema, Brankovic, Harvey and Carnage. Brankovic with the ball, gives it back to Hove. He won't shoot, he'll be looking for a pass. Carnage is looking for a pass. Also 3 seconds on the clock. That has to be put up.
It was a Perez shot.
And yeah, the Eagles got that. Whatever the coach drew up, I'm not sure the players executed it.
No.
So it's now 37.3. It's an Eagles ball. There's at least 2 possessions left in this game, if not more. And both sides in the penalty. Seneca Knight, Mike Okora, Jordan Spencer.
Kill a bit of clock, that would help. It doesn't have to be a 3. Somebody's wide open, fair enough.
They're going to run the clock as far down as they can. Mike Okora, though, has lost that ball,
Now,
and it's an Eagle.
where's the arrow? Oh, my goodness, it's Groningen's.
Yeah. Mike Okora slipped on the court. Again, we said no mistakes.
Now, the only saving grace here is that the Groningen coach does not have a timeout to set up a play. Therefore, he's got to rely on the players. Yeah, he's called the player over and told him what to call.
It is defense when we're back in action.
So 21.8. Will they take a 21.8 and either look for a 3 to win it or look for a 2 to go to overtime, or will they take a quick shot and put the ball back in the Eagles' hand? I think they've got to take the full 21, Dave, haven't they? Would you say it?
They don't need a 3. I mean, go to overtime if it's a 2. It's the best shot that becomes available. And of course, the Eagles can't afford to foul. What a pass. Oh my goodness.
The Eagles have got that ball. And it's a jump ball and Eagles arrow. Wonderful defense under the basket there, although Groningen had lots of time. I think there's 1 or 2 seconds gone. So let's have a look. Here's Carnage. Cole Long doing well. That was a lovely pass by Carnage though, but really probably Carnage should have put that one back in. And it's Jordan Spencer who grabs the ball in the end.
I don't understand why he went for a 2-hand tip. I mean, that would strong right hand just tapping that in. But never mind. Great defense from the Eagles to be able to keep the pressure on and make it difficult for them to finish without fouling.
We've got a review, and I think this review is for the shot clock. Game clock, not for anything else. Because immediately the play finished, referee MacDonald signalled that there was too much time had come off the clock. I don't think they can call anything different there. That's a really good defensive play as well. That's the miss, isn't it, really, the second one?
That is the miss, yeah.
So it is Eagles' ball. And I think it's about how much is left on the shot clock. Sorry, game clock. Well, I was going to say, I'm saying shot clock, it doesn't matter, does it? Because it's less than 24 seconds, so whatever goes on, it's both shot clock and game clock. We think our insider is producer Freddie, and he's told us he thinks it's 1.5. Is that an additional 1.5 or just 1.5? So So 0.5 of a second has been put back on. Eagles have called their second timeout. really, in reality, they've got to just try and get the ball inbounds.
He needs his best inbound passer and his smartest inbound receiver.
Yeah.
And just to cap it, have 5 people out there who can take free throws.
So you don't want much, Dave, there.
No.
So yeah, so here we go. You tell me another sport where with 1.5 seconds to go and you're down by 2 points, you could still win a game. There's no other sport, is there?
No.
That's what makes basketball one of the really great sports to watch. So, you know, you look at this, you think, all the Eagles are going to do is get the ball in.
Even if Groningen make an interception, they've got to basically score from where they receive the ball.
Yeah. And remember, Eagles will bring the ball into the front court as well. And I'm going to stand up. I've got the television on, but I think it's just slightly behind. So it's Spencer to inbound. Eagles lining up in a kind of stack formation. 1 or 2 peel away. And that's going to be a foul. That has to be an unsportsmanlike foul because there's a foul before the ball's put in. So he can't have made a play at the ball, can he? Well, I'm not. He has given a foul. He's given a hold as the foul, but the ball hadn't come into play. So how has he made a play on the? He hasn't made a play on the ball. I think that's what Mark Stootle's asking for. Michael Cora will take 2 shots. Oh, and he's missed the first one. Because if he misses this one.
Yeah, if he misses it, or even if he scores it, they don't have a timeout to set up a play and put it into the front court.
So it was a technical, almost, that's a great pass and a great finish by Mr. Fourth Quarter himself, Alan Akins, and Eagles win 67-63. That's how to inbound the ball, that's how to receive it, that's how to finish it, Dave.
Yeah, and Groningen will look at those errors in the last part of the game. Apart from that, terrific game for the fans. Eagles keep their 100% record. Groningen yet to win a game. So I believe we have one more home game before Christmas.
That's right, one more home game before Christmas. I must admit, I haven't looked that one up, but there is one more to come before Christmas. But that's what a great game that was in the end. It was a real thriller down the stretch. It could have gone either way. And Dave said you needed your best inbounder, your best receiver. And obviously that was Jordan Spencer and Alan Akins. And Alan Akins not only received it. So just the next home game for the Eagles is a week on Friday in the championship is against Surrey 89ers. But the next home game here... my fault. I believe we've got, on the Tuesday, the 3rd of December, the Romanian side of CSO Voluntaria come to the Eagles Nest Virtue Motors Arena. So that's Tuesday, the 3rd of December. I'm sure Matchday Live will be here with our wonderful producer Freddie, our lead cameraman Ross, with his backup cameraman Stu. Dave and I hopefully will be in the commentary seat, and if it's any bit as good as tonight's been, you're in for a treat then. So,
absolutely. So
from Dave and myself, good night, and as I always say, take care, be safe, and be you.
Ice in the veins, ice, 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 ice in the veins. Ice in the veins, ice in the veins, ice, 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 ice in the veins.